Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. I am going to do I think this is the ninth healing for the earth, for the world. This is my representation for the world. It's a pink quartz, also known as a mothering stone. I thought that was pretty appropriate. Okay, first of all, let me show you what I have on my table. Okay, in the center, you can see that the sword and the wand are sort of in combat with each other. And I guess I don't really necessarily want to use the word combat because that sounds sort of bad, but they're battling each other. Okay, and we've got the holy beads over it. I've got several stones over here. I've got the small tarot cards, my pendulums, and over here, of course, is my beautiful tarot card deck. And then, of course, is my mothering stone right there. So I really like how this turned out. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so um, first of all, I did want to mention something that Spirit has been talking to me about a lot lately is that nice weddings are not just for the rich. So if you take out of your mind that you've got to have the very expensive dress and the expensive venue and hairstyles and all that and the food and all that, you can have a lovely wedding for practically nothing, maybe the cost of the marriage license, and then you can have a party later on. And that might enable you to buy a house faster or pay your bills down faster. But somehow we have been marketed to, and now we're believing that we will not have happily ever after unless we spend an exorbitant amount of money. And some of these weddings I look at and I'm thinking to myself, number one, the bride is not necessarily happy because everything's got to be perfect because she spent so much money. So she's stressed out. The groom is maybe stressed out because he's seeing all this money being spent when it could have been gone to a better cause. You've got fighting in between the in-laws, the coming in-laws, because somebody wants the wedding to be a certain way and the other one does not. You've got bridesmaids that are supposedly very best friends of the bride, and they're getting into arguments and fights because they can't afford the destination wedding or all the costs. It's just, when you think about this and meditate on this, it is insane. It is absolutely insane. You can have a very nice wedding by just going to the justice of the peace. I mean, honestly, because this is basically what we did, or have somebody, a certified reverend, come to your house to marry you, and you can do it spur of the moment. You don't have to have a lot of expensive venues or food or any of that, and you can just say from your heart your vows, because isn't that what it's about? It's the vows. It's what you're promising to the other person. It's not an extravagant wedding. That is not the point of this. And we've been sold a bill of goods that the bride has to be the special princess for the day and spend a lot of money, and it just is not true. The marketing people are talking you into going into debt, unless you've got the money up front, okay? But the majority of people going into debt for one day, for a 1 day thing that could blow up in their face anyway, because the weather could mess up, the caterer could mess up. There's so many things that could mess up. Somebody could have a heart attack, maybe the father of the bride, God forbid. But all of that could happen on 1 day. So anyway, that's just what they're letting me know. So let's go ahead and do our healing for the earth. Okay, so let's get quiet and let me adjust this. It keeps going up and down. Okay. All right. Deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor and feel roots from the bottom of your feet going to the ground and holding you nice and firm and steady, unshakable. And you're going to bring the energy from the earth up your body, and we're going to put it in this stone, which represents the earth. Oh, thank you so much. You know, there's a tarot card, and I can't remember. I believe it's one of the queens. Yes, and she's looking at her cups. This is in the Rider-Waite deck. And she's looking at her cup like this, and she's just focusing on it. And I felt like that's what I was seeing in my third eye. I was looking at myself, looking at the earth, and all around the earth was like a white kind of filmy haze, which is the prayers and the thoughts and best wishes from all of us. And that was really nice, very, very sweet. All right, let us, here's my quartz that's on top of my tarot cards here. Temptation, but it is upside down. Temptation. So I feel like in this crazy time that's going on right now, we might be tempted to do harm. And so we're going to be tempted to do that, but we're not going to do that. It's turned upside down. And maybe that's a good thing, because when all this comes out, we need to become one unit again. And it's going to be hard if we fight like that, if we start doing that. I'm not saying that we can't show our displeasure, and we think of Martin Luther King. He was so brave, so brave. This is a man that knew that many people wanted to get rid of him, but he did it anyway. That's a brave man. And he didn't hit people. So think about that. Think about that temptation. This is a tough time right now, as everybody's aware, but we're going to get through it. And I believe it's necessary to let us see all the garbage that's underneath. We're seeing it now, aren't we? And we're going to let it be known that we don't want that. We want everybody treated well and fairly. So let's pray for that. And I love you.